Grand Theft Auto 4 is not only a game I hold fond of due to it being one of the few games I was able to play back in a time where I had no access to a massive Steam library or the 7 Seas. It is also my favorite game of all time, period. There was a point in time where I felt an immense wave of nostalgia playing Grand Theft Auto 4, and it definitely influenced my thoughts. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug, as they say, but like most drugs, you build a tolerance. The nostalgia I once had for this game is gone. Regardless, I can firmly say that this is my favorite game of all time, and it will most likely stay that way forever. The gameplay is simple, solid, and fun. I think we all saw the people throwing a screeching fit over the guy on Twitter showing off the classic GTA tradition, going to the hospital and... The numerous gunfights you face throughout the game are engaging, and you feel the power behind your shots. The fist fighting was a nice addition as well, although it serves little purpose in 99% of missions. People like to give the driving in this game a lot of crap for being less arcadey and being quote-unquote realistic, which all that really means is that you have to hit the brakes before you make a turn or you go sliding all over the place. I don't think the driving is particularly amazing, but it also isn't mystifying and utterly uncontrollable, like some people would have you believe. Vehicles in this game feel like they have a lot more weight to them when compared to all the other GTA games. Good, bad, just a matter of preference really. Euphoria physics is good.
I agree with that.
Won't go on a massive tangent here because everyone already has seen the hundreds of GTA 4 falling down these stairs compilation and the swing set compilation.
And I get it!
The utilization of the Euphoria physics engine results in memorable moments that at times I wouldn't say are realistic, but provide a greater experience nonetheless. Gameplay is satisfying and stimulating. But if that's all we wanted from a game, we'd still be playing Tetris.
Oh my god!
The game especially shines through the setting of Liberty City, known as the worst place in America, and
The land of opportunity.
The land of opportunity.
The land of opportunity.
people often remark about how GTA 4's map size was a major shortcoming, especially for those who had played San Andreas. San Andreas had a large map indeed, but most of it was underutilized and limited by its time. I see GTA 4's smaller map as an advantage, due to every little detail that's jam-packed into it. The city with its distinct boroughs feels incredibly alive, even when compared to AAA games made today. Liberty City is filled with so much character, zero wasted space, which was made possible by emphasis on fine detail, rather than just making it larger for the sake of making it larger. While navigating this almost 16-year-old game, you notice all these aspects of life that were specific to that era, and I think that's one of Liberty City's greatest strengths. Across all of the GTA games, it is my favorite city by far, and I believe it was crafted with the most attention to detail. One of GTA 4's biggest strengths lies in its storytelling and the general tone the game carries throughout. People tend to call this the darkest of the GTA games, which I think is funny because all that means is that death and murder are taken slightly more seriously, slightly being the key word. I guess it is the darkest GTA, but I would prefer to call it the most balanced GTA. There's a good amount of grim moments, and the game taking itself seriously, but sprinkled in with moments of humor that don't take away from it.
And the boss is not happy.
Shit, my pants.
Not yet. Who are you working for?
My cousin, Roman.
Suck with it. I'm gonna saw off your fucking arm. Speak!
Okay. Your dad likes it up the ass. What do you want me to say, huh?
Good Lord. What are you doing?
Nothing. I mean, I was finding out who he is.
And? Who is he?
He is his cousin.
You were about to cut up some guy in my house, making all that noise to find out he's his cousin. Where did you find this idiot? So, Nico Bellic, you think it's okay to kill my employees?
If he is an asshole, yes.
I agree.
The tale of Nico and Roman generally revolves around the age-old concept of the American dream. Roman's an optimist,
An idiot, not an optimist.
someone who buys into the idea that in America, anyone can make it to the top. Nico's on the other side of the fence and tends to think Roman a fool, and for the most part, he'd be correct. Roman largely gains his success through the support of his cousin. If Nico hadn't come to Liberty City, he would continue to be in debt from loan sharks, and he'd have none of Nico's ill-gotten gains to put towards his cab company, Algonquin apartment, and gambling. Although I'd hardly call Roman lucky after he was kidnapped and almost killed. People tend to give Roman a lot of crap due to his figure
You fat fuck!
You should lose few pounds.
and gambling.
Stop sitting in front of the computer gambling our money. Stop getting into illegal card games. Stop spending all our money.
But let me remind you that Roman was grinding hard. He lived in this dusty apartment and was managing a cab business under the relentless pressure of both Albanian hoods and a Russian thug. And he got cucked.
Hey, it happens. We have an open relationship. I do my thing, she does hers. Maybe next time I might watch them at it. Oh, don't watch. Fat, hairy, sweaty back going up and down.
This is the reality of many immigrants and Americans alike who seek the prosperity that is associated with the American dream. They work hard and are met with poor housing, a struggling business, debt, and cuckoldry. The American dream is but one theme of the several covered in Grand Theft Auto 4's story. Revenge plays a massive role in the game, as it is the biggest motivation for Nico's actions in the entire story. Nico delves into the life of crime for a few reasons. It's damn well the only thing he's good at. Money, of course, but the main reason is that he needs someone with the connections to find the man who sold out his friends during his time fighting in a war. Nico takes up many jobs with various contacts, moving up the criminal underworld and killing many. Nico's work finally pays off after getting Darko Brevic flown out of Bucharest where he had been hanging about. It is here where we are given the first opportunity to exact revenge on the man who had sold out your entire squad for the cost of a PlayStation 5 when they were still getting price gouged.
Strange choices! How much?
1,000.
You kill my friends for
No!
games.
The second time you can exact revenge is with Dmitry Raskolov, the Russian snake who has been at your throat the entire game. With Darko, you can choose to spare him, and Nico will be frustrated but is told he's on the right path and did the right thing.
You did the right thing, Nico. It is not often that a man can be sure of that, but you definitely did the right thing. Be proud of yourself.
Let's have a fucking party. Break out the champagne. I let the diseased, traitorous junkie live after hunting him for over a decade. Shit! Someone hand me the keys to the fucking city. Living is not easy.
No.
I would live through killing Darko as well. But then when I looked at him, I realized that nothing would change if I killed him. Revenge would not somehow shut the book on what I have seen. Only those who die get closure. Living do not.
So you keep living, and you try to have a happy life. You try to move on.
I try to. Yes.
If you do kill him, Nico ends up feeling empty.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. For so long, Nico. What do you mean you don't know how you feel?
I mean, I don't know. I feel empty, okay? I feel empty.
That's something, at least.
No, Roman. It's nothing. The emptiness is what I was trying to get rid of by finding Darko. I've been empty ever since that day. I thought that revenge, that killing Darko, might fill me up a bit. It might give me some substance.
And it hasn't?
No, it hasn't.
The second time, with Dmitry Raskolov, you can choose to exact revenge on him rather than take the deal and work with him for one last time. You can't feel guilty about killing Dmitry because he's not a druggie from years past who poses zero threat to you.
I should have put you out of your misery a long time ago. Goodbye.
He's someone who is an active threat to you and your cousin's well-being. The consequence of choosing to not do the deal, as ordered by Pegorino, is that he takes his revenge on you. This is the part where people say, oh, the revenge ending is the best ending because Kate is mid, Roman is family. To which I say, get out! I also picked the revenge ending because I would rather have Roman alive than Kate. But to say that the revenge ending is the better ending misses the point entirely. Whether you pick deal or revenge, Nico loses. Even if Nico spares Darko, he loses in the end, because he moved up the ladder of crime to seek Darko to begin with. Whether he walked away from Darko and found his answer, or killed him, it came at a cost. Although his search for vengeance and answers was over, he was left with an ultimatum that would mess up his life no matter what he did. It shows you that time after time, that crime does not pay. His story was set in fate due to the way of life he lived. Some would call that something only a doomer would like, but I disagree. I enjoy it simply because it leaves you feeling a different way after beating the game. When you reach the conclusion of a game or other work of fiction and see your protagonists on top and at their highest, it feels exciting, no doubt. But there are times when one must admit that the protagonist not getting their way is more appropriate. Now, although this game is my peakiest peak, I must admit, it has some flaws. First flaw I can think of is that you drive from point A to B and kill people in classic Rockstar fashion. Not exactly bad per se, but not very innovative on Rockstar's part. Performance is notoriously the biggest problem this game has. Some people might have to do a bunch of wizardry to make the game perform better. Oh yeah, Games for Windows Live. I'll include it as a con because it destroyed the already frail multiplayer. Multiplayer was nothing special, but it was a place where you could cause chaos with others in Liberty City, and that was all most people ever really needed. Before Games for Windows Live was removed, it was a buggy mess that constantly kicked you out. After it was removed, multiplayer was removed with it. The lack of customization is another problem the game has. For all the money you make in this game, all you can buy is food, clothes, and guns. I get why it happened. It wouldn't really make sense if you could give Nico a bad haircut and face tattoo. But it's a shame that Rockstar didn't prioritize customization as much as they could have, seeing as GTA San Andreas and 5 are excellent in that regard. My last real gripe with the game is that the beginning segment is a bit of a slog to play on repeat playthroughs. I gotta say, driving Roman to a hardware store and going to the sex shop with Dmitry for a single cutscene and then going to the gun shop is not peak GTA 4 gameplay. It's the equivalent of Red Dead 2's Chapter 1. Despite its flaws, this game has left quite a mark on me. It goes without saying that people play games for fun, but it's really something else when a game manages to captivate you and make you appreciate almost every aspect about it all the while. With its simple but satisfying gameplay, rich world, and engaging story, GTA 4 is a game that I will forever treasure. It truly is one of my peakiest peaks.